Hi everyone, welcome back to Ravi Academy. Today we are going to do one question on matchmaking. Let me quickly share my screen and let's see how do we solve that question. I hope my screen is visible. Now let's get started. So we have 4 questions right over here. Let's start with question number A. And let's see what it matches to in column 2. First part, they're asking limit n is approaching to infinity. You have 4 times something, something, something being added up. How you're going to solve this up? Now, if you carefully see, I can't do direct substitution as n is approaching to infinity because there is sum. And sum, directly the concept that should come to your mind is your Riemann sum. And how do we solve this particular question based on that? The question basically says, the concept basically says, if you have limit n is approaching to infinity, your summation of the function in terms of r over n times 1 over n, if you know the concept of whole area of rectangle 1, where r is just running from 1 to infinity, or instead of infinity, you have r is running from 1 to n, this can be rewritten in terms of integration of that function dx. And this would be, limit will be just simply from 0 to 1. Now, how you're going to apply this right over here? I can write this as limit n is approaching to infinity. 4 will remain as it is, or you can take your 4 outside. I can write this as summation. Your r is running from 1 to n. Your function is just, if you observe the function, 1 over n, just take it outside for a while. I'm just writing right over here. Let it be 1 over n. Now look at the function. It's 1 over n e raised to 1 over n. 2 over n e raised to 2 over n. So I can generalize this as x e raised to x, where x is nothing but 1 over n e raised to 1 over n, 2 over n e raised to 2 over n. X is just a function in terms of r over n format. Okay. Now, this can be done using the integration of f of x, which is x e raised to x dx. Now, how we will solve this function? We know this is simply solved by integration by parts, where this is your first function, this is your second function based on the rule I laid. Now, that means I can write this as first into integration of second minus integration of differentiation of first times integration of second dx. That will give you x e raised to x minus e raised to x, and the limit is just 0 to 1. That means I'm going to get 1 times e raised to 1, which is just e, minus e raised to 0 is what? E raised to 0 is just 1, and this is e raised to 1 minus your lower limit. Again, this will be e only. I'm subbing in upper limit first. So you're going to get 1 e minus e. Lower limit will be just 0 minus 1. So your final answer would turn out to be 1, which matches to your answer Q. But we are missing out something. Please be alert. Here is a 4 being multiplied. So that means this final answer will be multiplied with the 4 that we have taken out common. So our final answer would turn out to be 1 times 4, which is 4, which matches to the answer S. That means answer to this part is nothing but S. Now, let's move on to the next B part. Now, the B part is pretty simple, direct question, but first you have to take the ln, like the common denominator. So I'm just rewriting this as I integration 0 to 1 ln of 1 minus x over x dx. Perfect. Now, what do we know? Simple concept. Integration for 0 to a fx dx will be same as integration of 0 to a f of a minus x dx. Because if you integrate this, if you take a minus x as t, you will simply gonna get integration 0 to a fx dx. Okay, that means I can write what? I can also write my I as integration 0 to 1 ln of. This x right over here will be replaced with 1 minus x. That means I'm going to get 1 minus x over 1 minus x and dx, which will gonna give me what? it will give me, if I add both of them, or let's simplify this, I'm going to get 0 to 1 ln of 1 and 1 cancel, and this is actually positive. Let's call a bracket right over here. So you're going to get what? Ln of 1 minus x, which is just x in the numerator. So ln of x over 1 minus x, which is like the entire bracket, and dx. Now, if you add both of them, you're going to get 2I equals integration 0 to 1 ln of 1 minus x over x dx plus integration 0 to 1 ln of x over 1 minus x dx. And I know I can club your integration, and ln of a plus ln of b is just ln of ab, which is ln of 1 minus x over x times x over 1 minus x dx, which is simply your ln 0. Ln 0 is ln 1. Ln 1 is just 0, and integration of 0 is nothing but 0. So your final answer to your I is nothing but 0, which matches to your answer P. That means answer to your B part is nothing but P. Hope that makes sense. Now let's look at the next part, C1. Now the C part is pretty simple, simple L'Hopital's rule. You're going to simply have 0 to 10 pi, and this is limit x is approaching to pi y sine y. So what I can do, I can apply the L'Hopital. Sine x can be written as cos x. I'm treating my y as a constant. So this is sine x will be cos x minus 0 over integration, differentiation of x is just 1, and this is d1. X is 1, y is 0. Now I can sub in my limit, what you're going to get as integration from 0 to 10 pi. This is limit as cos y d1. And what we know, integration of cos y is nothing but sine y. And the limit is 0 to 10 pi. That will gonna give you sine of 10 pi is 0. Sine of 0 is again 0. So that means final answer is again option number P. Hope that makes sense. Now let's solve the last part as well. How you're going to solve the last part? Again, simple. Let's solve together. D part is asking you, let me write over here. I hope this should be visible. Let me check. Yeah, this is visible. So what we have to integrate is D. This is integration from 0 to infinity ln of x plus 1 over x dx, and in the denominator you have 1 plus x squared. It is actually equals to pi by 2 ln a. Now, how you're going to solve this up? Have a look carefully. You have, if I take a common denominator right over here, let's do a common denominator. I'm going to have 0 to infinity ln of x squared plus 1 over x, and this is multiplied with 1 plus x squared dx. This clearly says something I have to substitute, and that something is nothing but tan theta, 1 plus x squared format. Your dx will be secant squared theta d theta. Makes sense. And your limits, when x is 0, your theta will be 0 as well. And when x is infinity, your theta, tan inverse of infinity, is nothing but pi by 2. That means I can rewrite this as integration from 0 to pi by 2. Ln of 1 plus tan square theta is ln of secant square theta over tan theta as it is, times 1 over 1 plus tan square theta is actually secant square theta. Dx can be written as secant square theta d theta. What we see, secant square and secant square cancel, but an important thing right over here, let's simplify secant square theta over tan theta. What you're going to get? You're going to get ln of secant square is actually 1 over cos square theta, and tan theta is sine theta over, and this is cos theta. Over will go in the numerator. Cos theta again cancels up. And you're going to get what? 0 to pi by 2 ln of, now see, In the numerator, it's just 1. Denominator is sine theta cos theta. So I'm multiplying this by 2 and 2 so that it turns out to be ln of 2 over, this is 2 sine theta cos theta, which is sine 2 theta. Hope that makes sense. D theta. Now, if you segregate your ln of A over B, this will lead to ln 2 minus ln of sine 2 theta. D theta. D theta is actually on entire, and your integration will be ln 2 is just a function. Integration of 1 with respect to theta is theta, minus, this is a standard result, ln of sine 2 theta with the limit as 0 to pi by 2 is negative pi by 2 ln 2. And the entire function has a limit. This is just a constant. We have already substituted the limit, but the limit is running from 0 to pi by 2. So what you're going to get? You're going to get pi by 2 ln 2. 0 will give you 0 plus pi by 2. This is plus pi by 2, minus and minus, and ln 2, which is same as 2 pi over 2 ln 2. Now, I'm not changing my pi over 2 because I want in that format at the top. I want to get the value of A. So to get the value of A, I need to shift this 2 back again using the property of logs. I'm going to get pi over 2 ln of 2 square, which is pi over 2 ln 4, and the value of A is 4. That means it matches to the answer S back again. So the format is SPTS. Hope this question is pretty clear. If you have any doubt, comment down below. I'm gonna respond back quickly. And I hope you like the video. That's all from my side. Thank you so much. Bye.